Good morning, Mr. Kidd, Mr. Clark, Father Jason, Miss Lepp, and fellow students. Okay, talk for 5 to 7 minutes in the chapel and leave everyone thinking about something. That is the formula for a prefect speech. Well, for those of you who know me well, especially the teachers who have taught me, know that I can never stop talking. Well, however, when it comes time to put words on a page and make them meaningful, it's a lot harder than it seems. Writing the speech was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I thought the inspiration would just hit me and it would be easy to write an epic speech like one you see in a movie. I honestly thought I would turn into Morgan Freeman, and whatever came out of my mouth would be so beautiful, delicate, and inspirational. But this isn't one of his Visa commercials. The reason I had such a difficult time is because after being at Ridley for 8 years, I have learned so much about myself and life, and all the topics I want to talk to you about today are endless. I want to tell you to just be yourself and be kind to everyone, to take advantage of the time you have here, to explore. I want to tell you to follow your dreams, and I really want to tell you to take the SATs in grade 11 instead of waiting until right before your US application to do like I did. As I was telling us all to Jesus one day, while asking him for advice on how he wrote his speech, he told me that my inability to choose a topic was probably because I'm just so passionate about so many different things. And then it hit me. Passion is what drives us all. Passion is what makes us wake up before the sun rises and stay up long after it has set. Passion makes us strive to be our best and search for deeper meanings in what it really means to be human. Because after all, what is life if there's no passion for it? Passion makes you who you are. It makes me, me. And this is me. I'm a 5-foot girl who has more interest than time to pursue them all. What do I mean by having more interest than time to pursue them? I mean, is that even possible? Well, I'm a curious person. I want to see, I want to explore, and I want to live. I want to discover and learn about the world around me, and the world that I don't even know that exists yet. However, with a busy life, I don't always have the time to do all the things I want. True passion should make us curious. It should make us strive for success and reach the very pinnacle of life. True passion should lead us all into our own self-enlightenment, a better understanding of what it means to be human. It opens our eyes, our ears, and most importantly, our hearts. By being the way I am, with the time that I do have, I have discovered many passions that have become part of me. These passions drive my life and fill my days. One of my biggest passions is art, and the ability to express myself in a way that's beautiful, creative, and that extends beyond myself. It is here, when I'm in the middle of working on a project or creating something new, where I find myself feeling content and fulfilled. Most people associate passion between people and love between people, but the first time I fell in love was the first time I held a paintbrush. It was Christmas morning. I tore the red, shiny paper off a large white box containing a brand new set of soft brushes, small canvases, and brightly colored acrylic paints. My heart stopped. I was so excited. I couldn't bear to wait a moment longer. I quickly opened the brushes and paint and began to experiment. With each stroke of the brush, I fell into an even deeper love. With the flick of the brush against the canvas, my creativity began to flow, and I knew that I had tapped into something that would last much longer than just those paints. I had never painted on a real canvas before, and I felt so grown up holding the smooth wooden artist brushes between my fingers, instead of just the plastic ones we were using in school. After this experience, I began to excel in art class and in school. I completely and irrevocably fell in love with learning as much as I could about art and experimenting with as many different mediums as possible. I was only 10 years old at the time, but I knew that the excitement from holding a brush, stroking the canvas, and creating something beautiful would stay with me for the rest of my life. As a great inventor and painter, Leonardo da Vinci once said, "Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art." It is here, on the canvas, where I find myself feeling content and fulfilled, and where my spirit comes to paint. I consider myself to be so lucky that my passion is something I can turn into a career someday, because it's important to me to do something with my life that I can be passionate about and take pride in. There comes a time in our lives where we must decide what truly makes us happy and what really drives us to be better people. We are all but clocks and a struggle every day to find what drives us, what makes us tick. Every clock is different, and finding one true passion is a delicate process, one that takes time and patience. A friend once told me that knowledge is taking things apart, analyzing, but wisdom comes with putting things together. Finding ourselves involves time and slowly understanding ourselves piece by piece, dissecting who we are and putting ourselves back together. Passion, then, is not just one piece of us. It is a combination of the pieces that work together, the pieces that make us unique. Alongside art, my other biggest passion is sports, rowing in particular. As I mentioned earlier, I'm only 5'4". This may seem like something of very little importance, not a big deal, but to me it's a huge deal when U.S. rowing reports that the average female rower is 6 foot tall. Although this puts me at a huge disadvantage, and trust me, when people confuse you for the coxie, it's a disadvantage. I still take part in the sport because my passion for it drives me. At first, I thought this passion came from racing others, being on the water, and winning, but that's not the case. My greatest competition will always be myself, and the greatest race is the eternal search to stretch my limits. Therefore, it is when I'm working my hardest that I'm truly my happiest, and this is where my passion for rowing comes from. Maybe it's not so much the sport itself, but it's what the sport has given me and what it's taught me. Not only did I learn about myself, but rowing has also introduced me to so many new people who have become such a huge part of my life. When people share passions, there becomes a special bond between them that connects them on a deeper level. For example, how I learned to play guitar. Even before I learned how to play the guitar and sing, I knew that I had a passion for it, because when I would see and hear other people playing and singing, I would have this kind of empty feeling, like something was missing, because I loved it, but I couldn't do it. Ever since I learned how to play the guitar, when I see other people play, it's not an empty feeling anymore. I'm able to share their happiness because I understand it, and I can connect with them. To me, if you're doing something you love, it isn't work. It's just an extension of who you are. I intend to chase this passion and explore new ways of appreciating something that I've only just scratched the surface of. I encourage all of you to chase what you love and make it work for you. Like the saying goes, choose a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. So jobs. You've probably seen or heard the word on the news, in papers, or when your parents tell you about how many they had when they were your age. And unfortunately, in this day and age, we all need one, and some of us need more than one. We all want to leave our mark in this world and make a difference. For some of you, it'll be achieving great wealth, while others, it'll be a healthy family. Whatever it is, let your passions guide you. I encourage all of you to leap and take risks, and stop worrying about where you'll be in 10 years. Because it's your last 10 years that will haunt you the most when you start to ask yourself, why didn't I travel? Why didn't I take that chance? Why didn't I risk it on something that I absolutely love? So go on and chase every opportunity. Leave no stone unturned. Chase your dreams and your passion as if the world will end soon. Because time flies and she doesn't slow down for anyone. Do not worry about the little things, and don't be afraid to experiment with new ideas, because change, it happens. Even when you're faced with setbacks and doubts about your future, when you feel you just can't do it anymore, remember, when the caterpillar thought life was over, it turned into a butterfly. My flaws, my weaknesses, my strengths, and my passions make me who I am, whether I like it or not. Without passion, our lives and soul are empty. Maybe you find your passion in sports, relationships, singing, or maybe you're like me and you find passion in all of the above. But whatever you are passionate about, hold on to it and don't let it go. Let it guide and drive you to the person you want to be in life. Thank you.